what is DTL and what is the discipline side of shooting. So we've done quite a lot on this channel with sporting. Hopefully this series will give an overview of what you have to do to get into shooting. But remember, you don't have to go to that competitive level. You can still stay at a club level and you can go out and shoot ladies' days or little gun clubs on a Sunday morning. So there's both ends of the spectrum. Right, let's have a look at DTL and explain to you how we're going to go. So this is a DTL layout. As you can see, we have 5 positions and we have the trap house. What you do is you shoot 25 and the shooter stands and shoots 5 on peg 1, then he moves and shoots 5 on peg 2, then he moves and shoots 5 on peg 3, peg 4 and peg 5. The microphones are there because it is you don't have to have a button. You can call and it is just literally auto release, and that is so you can get exact timing. The box is 15 meters away in front of you. The trap is a slightly different trap to what other people are used to. You always have orange clays, so a bit like the Olympic disciplines, you won't really see any other clay other than orange. And if you look at the white posts out there, clay is always exactly the right distance and throws with the right angles. It looks pretty simple, but it's getting those angles right. So somebody can come here from or anywhere from middle of Birmingham or London or Wales, and they can shoot the same targets and they're practicing the same targets. When they go and shoot a competition, it happens. The only difference is you've got a background. So here we've got a bank. Some people like banks, some people don't like to have banks. Some people think it's harder to actually shoot with a bank, and it's not harder necessarily, it's an optical illusion of that bank being there. Most of the Olympic grounds has got a bank. Lanata, biggest shooting ground or best shooting ground in the world, they've probably got the most famous bank and the highest bank. But it has to be that right distance away if you're going to have a bank. So that's really the basics of how to set a DTL range up. Go through the scorecard. So obviously you do, generally a DTL competition is 100. There is some all rounds that you can only shoot 50. So obviously you put the name in there, you shoot 5 at a time, and then you put the kills, you add up the totals, and then you put the score, and then how many is scored out of 25. So let's shoot a couple, and then we'll go from there. Peg 1, you will have the gun on the left-hand corner. I have it just above it, some people have it on it. When you move to peg 2, you will move it slightly in. When you move to peg 3, you will then go into the middle. When you move to peg 4, you go on the outside, but not quite. When you move to peg 5, you're on this side of the trap house, where you put your gun. But once you start shooting it, you will have the height. That will be different for everyone. It will be similar for everyone, but it will be slightly different. Some people look at a blade of grass, or if it's concrete, something on the concrete, it keeps you focused. The whole idea is for you to keep your eyes off there. You should be able to, if somebody shouts in the background, you should be able to completely ignore it and still keep your eyes there. Because if you go there or there, it takes your focus away. So really your focus should be going from there to there, and that's it. When you close the gun up, a lot of people, I tend to mount my gun there and take it down. So whereas sporting, you'll do that, you mount the gun there and there, and you just lift the arm a little bit, and it locks the gun into that pocket. Because what you're trying to do is your head is there, and you're trying to move from the body, not the arms, so the whole body moves. And that's what the action you're trying to get. Let's try some. pull, pull. Like in sporting, you have a stand. Here you don't. So here is a rule, you have to close your gun there. If you go and do that, obviously you're pointing at that person. So there is a big safety thing on the shooter that you've got to be able to close your gun there. So let's move on to peg 2. Pull. 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 Oh dear. Pull. So the other thing people also do is when they've hit the first one, if they kill it, they like to sometimes shoot the biggest bit because it just gets you used to going bang, 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 bang. And that's what you've got to do when you're shooting in competition. You've got to be able to... I teach a lot of people shoot single barrels, which is great because it gets them shooting that first bird and concentrating on that first bird. But you're going to shoot the odd second bird. You've also got to learn on shooting those second birds and how to do it. So a lot of people do shoot those bits just to keep them confident, basically. Right, let's move on. Pull. 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 The other thing I would say is, like the Olympic disciplines, you have to shoot 24 grams. It is better to shoot 24 grams on this because it's less recoil. So again, it's another thing just to take out of the muzzle flip or something like that. So all those little bits and pieces do help to get your 25 straight. There is the main functions of what a DTL layout is and how to shoot a DTL layout. Generally it is easier, it's better to actually have a full layout because you just get your timing right on there. But in theory that shouldn't really make any difference. You should learn to it. You might only have three shooters in a competition, you might have 5. That's all for this week. Join us next week. In the meantime, subscribe to the channel. Please share to your friends and have a look at what other films we've done. And it's all there to try and encourage you to get into shooting this great sport.